students. I am Dr. Sarika McCoy, Associate Professor in Sagar Group of Institutions. Today, I am here to discuss with you about security and investment topic from the subject Security Analysis and Investment Management in MBA third sem. Now, as the subject name is there, security analysis and investment management. So, the subject name is the combination of two words, security as well as investment. Now, before going further about the subject, we have to first of all understood the meaning of security and investment. So, that is why today I am in front of you to take care of these two terms, that is security and investment. Now see the picture of the man in the screen. Yes, he is Warren Buffett, the most successful investor of 20th century. Now the terms you should know if you want to be involved with the stock market. Like security analysis and investment management subject is all about the stock market, in which we'll get the knowledge about what is stock market, how it operates, what are the functions of the stock market, what are the various alternatives of investments, how can we make investments. So all these things we could study in this subject. So these are the various terms which come across in front of you day and again, like investments, shareholders, stock value, primary market, common stock and preferred stock. So all these terms you should take care of in the stock market. So I've just mentioned this slide to show you that these are the various words which should be involved with the stock market. Now the main thing is, what is the meaning of security? The one word, the first word, that is security analysis and investment management. So as per the Securities Contracts Regulation Act 1956, securities includes instruments such as shares, bonds, stocks or other marketable securities of similar nature in or any incorporate company or body corporate. It can be government securities, derivatives of securities, units of collective investment scheme, interest and rights in securities or any other instruments so declared by central government. So this is the definition of security as per the Securities Contracts Regulation Act 1956. So basically we can say that security term is not only used for the safety of your life, but security here means the instruments like shares, debentures, bonds, stocks, then your derivative instruments, then your government securities in which you can make investment, right? So security include all these instruments and these are declared by the central government. Now another question arises, what is securities market? Now what is market? You all know that market is a place where we can buy and sell the things. So in the securities market, it is the market for equity, debt and derivatives. Now the debt market may be divided into three parts: the government securities market, the corporate debt market and the money market. Whereas the derivatives markets can be divided into two parts like option market and futures market. So basically securities market is a place where you can purchase and sell all these securities which are mentioned in the previous definition. Now these are the various functions of securities market. It is a place where buyers and sellers of securities can enter into the transactions to purchase or sell, as I've already told you. Also, it performs an important role of enabling corporates, entrepreneurs to raise resources for their companies and business venture, because this is one of the source with the help of which our big corporates and entrepreneurs can raise their funds for their companies. Though there are certain formalities, certain rules and regulations to follow upon, but they can raise their funds with the help of these security market. Then they can transfer of resources from those having idle resources to others who have a need for them. Basically, investments are basically done with the help of your savings, and the savings are your idle resources which are not being in use. So these are known as investors, those who are ready to make investment of these idle resources to those who need them. So this is the market which makes or which is a place for buyers as well as sellers. It provides channels for reallocation of savings to investments. Basically, the person who is having idle resources, so it provides a channel or the method or a medium or a mediocre or a bridge between the buyer and the seller. So these are the various functions performed by security market. Now the question arises, which are the securities one can invest in? One can invest in shares, one can invest in government securities, derivatives products like option futures, swaps, then various units of mutual funds. It can be SIP plans also. So these are the various securities in which one can invest in. Now what does it mean to invest? The question arises, to invest. What does this mean? It means to put your money to use by purchase or expenditure in something offering potential profitable returns, interest, income or appreciation in value. Basically, whatever we put to use, the money which we invest is just we are sacrificing the money just to get the profits, returns, interest or appreciation in value. Like if we want to make investment in real estate, then we'll have appreciation in our value. If we want to invest in debentures, then we'll get interest. If we want to invest in shares, we'll get dividends. So now tell me, what is an investment? You might be clear about the word invest now. Now what is the meaning of investment? So basically an investment is the commitment of money or other resources in the expectation of obtaining future benefits. Now see, there are three key words in this: commitment of money, resources and future benefits. Now what do you mean by this? Commitment of money means that for how much time you are ready to sacrifice your money. It can be for 5 years, it can be for 10 years, it means it can be short term period, it can be long term period. So that would be your commitment of money. Then you are committing the money so that you can get the benefits in the future period of time, for the expectation of obtaining future benefits. So this is the meaning of investment, basically the sacrificing your money to get the benefits in the future. Now the question arises, how do they invest? So they can invest by saving money. Individuals can trade off present consumption for a larger future consumption. So basically saving leads to investment. So now we can define investment in other words. Investment involves employment of funds with the aim of achieving additional income or growth in values. Like if we want to make investment, you have savings but you put that savings in at your home. So what is the use of that savings? If you employ that savings of yours in some of the instruments of investment, it can be bank, it can be FD, it can be post office schemes, it can be mutual funds, anything. So definitely your income can be added upon. You have growth in your values. So it can be lending money to another, purchasing of gold which can increase the value, then purchase of insurance plan like I have just told you. So the essential quality of an investment is that it involves waiting for a reward, and which is the future expectation. Another definition, commitment of funds made in the expectation of positive rate of return, or a sacrifice of current money or other resources for future benefits. You are sacrificing your hard-earned money in the hope of getting good benefits in the future period of time. So that is known as your investment. Like for example, if you purchase a house for your own use, so that is not an investment. But if you purchase that very house and give it on rent, so that rental income can be called as your investment, because that is a commitment money which you will get in a stipulated period of time or regular income in the form of rent. But when you just live in that very particular house, you are not getting any return out of that. Instead of when you just sell out that very house, you can get that appreciation, but not the regular income. So that is why if you have purchased a house for your living purpose, for your personal purpose, so that is not termed as an investment. Now expectation of return means what? Because it is an essential element of investment. So it means that return is expected to be realized in future. So that is why known as it is expectation of return. As you all know that future is uncertain, and where the uncertainty comes, so it means there is a risk, because future is uncertain. So expected return can be greater than realized return, or it can be less than realized return. So the variation between these two returns is due to risk, and is the variation in these two returns realizes the variation in income, and that variation in income is just because of the risk, and that risk is just because of the uncertainty of the future. I hope this relationship is clear to everyone. Now the another definition shows a current commitment of rupees for a period of time in order to drive future payments that will compensate for the time the funds are committed. the expected rate of inflation, the uncertainty of future flow of funds. Basically, this definition shows you the time value of money. Time value of money says that as the time passes by, the real value of money deteriorates, decreased. Why? Because of the expected rate of inflation. So basically it is showing that a current commitment of rupees for a period of time, say for 5 years or 10 years, in order to derive future payments which will compensate for the time the funds are committed, for the 10 years or 5 years, whatever the time you have committed for, and obviously the expected rate of inflation, because of which your real value of money will decrease. Then the uncertainty of future flow of funds. You never know that suppose today the market is good, but in the future period of time you never know that whether the market is good or not, because future is uncertain, right? Now these are the another definitions of investment in the form of economic terms and financial terms. In economic terms, we can say that investment is defined as the net addition made to the capital stock of the country. Like, for example, if we adding any kind of infrastructure to our country, if we are adding any kind of capital stock to our country, so that would be known as investment for the purpose of getting benefits in the future. Like, for example, the manufacturing of the goods, the preparation of the bridges, or digital India. So that is basically the investment which we are making today, so that we can get the benefit of that investment in the future period of time. Then financial terms, investment is defined as allocating money to assets with a view to gain profit over a period of time, what we are talking about right now in the form of money. So investments in economic and financial terms are automatically interrelated, wherein individual savings flow into the capital market, means share market or the debt market, as financial investment, which are further used as economic investment. Why economic investment? Because any kind of investment always helps in the growth of the country. So that is why this is known as economic investment. Now these are the various characteristics of investment. I have already told you that investment has basic two components, that is return and risk. We normally do investment to get the good returns, and obviously if investment we are doing the investment for the future period of time. So it means when future is there, so uncertainty will be there, and uncertainty always leads to risk. Then obviously we'll make investment, but accordingly we'll just do that we'll take care of the safety also. Then liquidity, we always try to maintain the liquid ratios for the investments. Liquidity should be maintained. Liquidity here means that how easily you can convert your assets into cash. Then obviously you are contributing to the capital formation of the various big corporates and the business organizations. So these are the various characteristics. And these are the various objectives. Basically the main objectives are increasing the rate of return, and obviously you always try to your level best to reduce the risk levels, which is not in your hands. Other objectives can be liquidity, which I have just explained you. Hedge against inflation, I have explained you right now, like the time value of money. It helps you to hedge or reduce your risk against inflation. And safety is also one of the objectives of the investors. So these are the various objectives on which the investors are making investment. So thank you all. I hope this video will help you out in making the things clear about